that there's a crew in town. The head hillbillies are making their rounds. Small town whispers loud and clear. The sheriff shot the judge in his chambers chair.
Sheriff got a secret he won't keep. Judge shot dead in his disbelief. A lot of people have some stories to tell. Dark pass away, get the sound of a shotgun shell.
All the secrets spill on down. Voices loud in this old town. From the courthouse to the ground. Rumors fly and they can't be bound.
Neighbors hide behind their blinds. Whisper tales of troubled minds. Skeletons covering the mountainside. A treacherous reality in the pines.
Winter reveals the hidden lies. Moonlight couldn't mask their cries. Shadows caught in sunlit skies. There's no cover, no disguise. All the secrets spill on down. Voices loud in this old town. From the courthouse to the ground. Rumors fly and they can't be bound.
Winter reveals the hidden lies. Moonlight could mask their cries. Shadows caught in sunlit skies. There's no cover, no disguise.
All the secrets spill on down. Voices loud in this old town. From the courthouse to the ground. Rumors fly and they can't be bound.
There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show this evening. If you've not been here before, where have you been? Welcome to our Hillbilly house. This is Hillbilly Crime. My name is Elizabeth, and this is my spectator of a mommy. How you doing there,
Howdy.
Mommy?
I'm doing fine. I've been working all day, digging plants, carrying
Good.
pots, planting
You are
seeds.
so busy all the time, and her yard shows it. It shows how much effort and time she puts in. We've got several people in here want to know who sings your opening song. Well, one of our hillbillies wrote the song, and that is an AI demo now that you're hearing. I used to have a guitar player, but I don't have one anymore. So I'm going to try and sing it if I can ever find the musicians. I don't play anything, and we need somebody to play it. I have one of our hillbillies, another hillbilly, has said that he'll try, and so I told him to start practicing, and if he can do it and get it down, then I'll go try and sing it. But I'd like to have more than just one guitar player. You know, I'd like to have a drummer and a whole band, you know. So anybody out there local that can play that song, Anyway, yes, yes, yes. We've got very talented hillbillies. The last couple of shows that we've done, I read one of the poems that another hillbilly had written. It's really long, so it's not something that we can read every show, but man, it's good enough too. I mean, it is good enough. It is awesome. The best reading that I've read in a long time. And it's about this area. You know, it's about Letcher County. It's about the corruption. It's about the victims of the system. Not so much individual cases. It's a systemic problem that we have. And it's not just in Appalachia either. It's a systemic problem throughout our criminal justice system. The misconduct. My favorite word, incompetence, nepotism. When people get hired on just because they're the brother-in-law of so-and-so, you know, when they get that special treatment. So I just watched, and I'm only going to mention this briefly, but I just watched a body cam stop of a police officer. He had been a police officer for over 25 years. He had been the ones who were responding to the call. He had been supervisor at some point in time. He was drinking and driving. His ex-wife had called because she was concerned that he would harm himself. Okay, so he was in one of those drunks where just emotional, he was all over the place. The police pull him over, and all he wants to do is argue about how he hadn't broken any law, and the only reason that they were even pulling him over was because Tiffany, or whatever her name was, his ex-wife, had called them out of fear that he was going to harm himself. Now, mind you, these are our police officers. These are the people who have the handcuffs. These are the people who have the ability to take me and you to jail. Oh, he cried and cried and cried the entire time about how his job, this was the only job that he could ever get. They continue this, you know, with their stop of him. They were destroying his life, and they were going to destroy his kids' lives, and he would never get another job. And just, I mean, the audacity of this police officer. And the responding officers were in shock as well. They were like, I can't believe that I'm even hearing these words come out of your mouth. Like, this guy knew better, but it was the entitlement. You're going to destroy my life. I'll never get another job. And he then goes on to talk about how he worked a 40-hour week and how he had a double retirement. No other job would ever pay him the money that he was making at that department. His double retirement with these life insurance and he just kept going on and on and on. And I was sitting there thinking, heck yeah, man, that's exactly the kind of job I want. No, it's not. I'm just saying. No, it's not. But anyway, that kind of goes over into what we are.
Baby. My baby. There she is. Yes. You get in here.
Let's get Mom. We can't understand you. Okay. All right, no problem. Let's see. Can y'all hear me now? Is it any better? Is much better? Let's see. Echo kind of like trying to buffer. Still freezing. Marcia says we can hear you. You look blurry and it's cutting out again. Well, I mean, there's been really bad storms. Let's cut that off. And let's go out of that. And we'll go out of that. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I can hear my dog snoring. Well, yeah, let's struggle through because we're committed. Some places still, I think, just their power and internet back because mommy sounded good. Well, let me redo mine one more time. We'll stick mommy back up there and let me refresh mine. Well, I don't know how that worked. Can y'all hear me better now? How about now, you guys? Can you hear me better now? Is it a little better at all? Hear me? Okay. All right. So maybe we won't watch anything if I think we're better here, Mommy.
Okay.
So, sorry guys. We had a rough start to this one. Look here. We've even got 3. We got members. Sarah Smith, member 2 months. Your connection isn't very good. Hopefully it'll be better. Miss Marty for 5 months. Everybody, y'all are so awesome. I love our mods. I love it. Oh. And by the way, Miss Jana. Look. Miss Jana. One of our hillbillies. One of our favorite hillbillies. She sent me some earrings. Thank you so much, Sissy. I love them. I love them. Jackie, can hear you good. Still freezing. Just look straight ahead and smile.
It's cold.
Is it cold? What are you doing there, Mommy?
Oh, I'm looking at this dress, seeing if I can
Make sense.
Well, I was looking at it because it's got a lining in it. And I thought, well, I'm going to cut that lining out. But then I got to looking and I don't need to. I don't want to cut it.
Yeah.
It's a cute little dress. I got it at the rag store.
Mommy loves the thrift store and she finds great stuff.
This is cute.
So let me get in here to this case. How many of you all remember the Holly Bobo case? Now, this was out of Tennessee. And let me pull this up here. It happened in 2011 that she went missing. I'm going to read it. Holly Lynn Bobo. She was a woman who disappeared on April 13th, 2011. When you guys hear about the updates to this case, it is absolutely shocking. It's unbelievable. I don't know why I'm even saying that it's shocking and unbelievable. I don't even know why I'm saying that. Because the amount of misconduct, I guess, and bad evidence has now led to another post-conviction relief hearing for the boy that was convicted of her red rum. So, and man alive, you guys, I'm going to stream these hearings because I want to watch them. And I haven't been able to watch them all. I've just picked up little bits and pieces of them. I'm not sure what day they're in now. There've been a few days of the hearing already, and I'm late to the party. I'm just now seeing all of this about it. So we might do that tomorrow and fill in for the day that we're going to be missing for Ern Reed. Since my stuff is acting bad tonight, I was wanting to play one tonight, but we might do that in the morning, and that way we'll be caught up on the days of the hearing. It's fascinating to me. It is absolutely fascinating to me how many people just might be innocent who are serving life sentences. We know that it happens. We know that there are innocent people in prison, but so many times, whenever the evidence is presented to us, how many times do we take it for granted that they're telling us the truth, that they are giving us good evidence to be able to make a decision like that? But then you find out on the 10 years later that the evidence that they presented wasn't necessarily accurate. Just blows me away. Okay, so she disappeared on April 13th, 2011 from her family home in Darden, Tennessee. She was last seen alive by her brother, Clint, shortly before 8 a.m., walking into the woods outside her home with a man wearing camouflage. In September of 2014, so this was 3 years later, Bobo's partial remains were found in northern Decatur County, and her death was ruled a homicide by a pew-pew to the back of the head. 6 men. This was something that I was not aware of also. 6 men have been arrested for varying degrees of involvement in that red room. However, only 3 of the 6 have ever been prosecuted. Most of the arrests were made on the basis of a confession. Was it a false confession? We know those happen. Let's just find out where this confession came from. By John Dylan Adams, a man with an intellectual disability. He told police he saw Bobo with his brother Zach and a friend, Jason Autry, at his brother's home after her kidnapping. Let's see. It is unknown what led police to question Dylan about Bobo's disappearance. We know now, but at the time of this, it was. Dylan, Zach, and Autry were charged with especially aggravated kidnapping, first-degree red rum, and the R word. Of the other 3 men arrested, charges against 2 were dropped, and 1 self-harmed himself without any charges ever being filed against him. That doesn't mean he wasn't afraid that they were coming.
So by self-harm, does that mean that he killed himself?
Yeah, we just have to be careful how we say it on the show.
All right, he expired.
Yeah, at his own hand. The case has met with several setbacks, such as the death of a suspect, multiple changes to the prosecutorial team, and disputes with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the TBI. The prosecution has been heavily criticized for refusing to produce evidence against the defendants. Well, that's a big red flag right there, don't you think? Missing multiple discovery deadlines and making frequent changes to the charges against the defendants with little explanation. The TBI even briefly withdrew its services to the entire district after the prosecutor accused the agency of compromising the case by proceeding so slowly, it's quoted, so slowly that the culprits were always one step ahead, and that TBI was leaking information and possibly covering up evidence. Defense attorneys reported that they, over a year after the arrests were made, had still not received a bill of particulars detailing the case against their clients and the results of forensic testing done on evidence from the case. They hence filed motions to dismiss charges on the grounds of silence or stonewalling, quote unquote. The arrests took place in early 2014, but it was not until July 2015 that it was announced that the defendants finally received access to all evidence against them. This should be terrifying to every single one of us, because remember, if they can do this to one, they can do it to anybody. On September 22nd, 2017, a jury found Zach guilty on all charges, including first-degree red rum. He was sentenced to life in prison plus 50 years on September 23rd. He maintains his innocence. He has maintained his innocence throughout the entire time. And this has been, 15 years ago now that he's been living with this, and he's been in prison. In 2018, Zach's brother Dylan accepted an Alford plea and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Now, that's the one who I think is a false confession. Autry chose to make a plea bargain with prosecutors wherein he would testify against Zach in exchange for a significantly reduced sentence. On September 16th, 2020, after accepting a plea deal that reduced his sentence to 8 years of time served, Autry was released from Riverbend Maximum Security Institution in Nashville. Autry subsequently recanted his entire testimony against Zach and confirmed that he was then given access to the discovery material, allowing him to synchronize his testimony with the available evidence. In January 2024, Adams filed a petition that his conviction be overturned on the basis of this new evidence. Now, we learned, or at least I did, I don't know how many of you guys watched the rapper Young Thug trial in Georgia. That trial, I recommend anybody ever that is curious about the way that our criminal justice system works to watch especially watch the highlights of that trial. It went for like 2 years long, but the highlights of that trial were unbelievable. It really showed how people can be pushed and pressured into taking plea deals. Think about it. If you're facing life in prison, you and 2 of your buddies, and they come to you and they say, y'all are going down. It's just the first one that sings gets the deal. And you already kind of know this just from, you know that by TV. And you're going to end up serving the rest of your life in prison. There's no, they are just railroading all of you. You're going. Now, do you think that there's not going to be maybe one that's a little less educated, one that's or maybe they're more educated? Heck, not everybody would lie under oath in court, especially lie on their buddies and themselves. But if you're facing, hey, all I have to do is get up there and do this, and I can go home. or I sit in here for the rest of my life. What do you think somebody's going to do? Even if they know their conscience is going to eat them alive, getting out of prison, getting out of jail versus never getting out of jail. What do you think people are going to do, especially the prosecutors? They're the ones that are walking into those rooms with those deals. So they're going to come in and say, hey, you can go home. All we got to do is get in front of the judge. Time served. You'll go home tomorrow. All you got to do is testify against him. We want him. We don't want you. We want him. You tell us what we want to know, and you go home tomorrow. Who in their right mind is not going to take that deal? I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I condone it. But how many do you think are not going to take that deal? And the brother being intellectually disabled, how many false confessions do you guys know of? We see it all the time. All it takes is some unethical police officers, or police officers don't really know what they're doing, to go in there. I mean, and if there's no video, if there's no recording of that interview, I ain't gonna trust it. You might as well just throw it right on out the window. Because if you ain't got no recording, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna believe it. All right. So here is what has been reported about the disappearance, okay? At the time of her disappearance, Bobo was a 20-year-old nursing student at the University of Tennessee at Martin, at the Parsons Center in Parsons. She lived with her parents and her brother in Darden. Friends described her as shy and sweet. She was the cousin of country singer Whitney Duncan, who I don't know of. In 2017, Duncan released a song called Better Place in memory of Bobo. On the morning of April 13th, 2011, Bobo awoke at 4:30 a.m. to study for an exam. At 7:30 a.m., she answered a call from her boyfriend, Drew Scott, who was turkey hunting nearby on her grandmother's property. Bobo's parents had left for work by this point, and her brother Clint was still sleeping. 12 minutes later, Bobo made her last cell phone call. After this point, all phone calls and texts were incoming and unanswered. Shortly after Bobo's final phone call ended, a neighbor heard a scream from the Bobo residence. He called his mother to tell her about what he heard, and the mother in turn called Bobo's mother, Karen, at work. Meanwhile, Clint was awakened by the family dogs barking and saw Holly outside with a man dressed in camouflage. It appeared to be Holly kneeling down and Drew Scott. Ain't that the boyfriend? They looked like they were kneeled down facing each other in the garage, and they were talking back and forth. Holly sounded very upset and heated. He was doing much of the talking, and she would answer back and things like that. I couldn't make out hardly any of the words. The only words I could make out from here were Holly saying, "No, why?" Clint said he believed that the couple were breaking up. Now, mind you, this ain't who's in jail. Who had those connections? At some point, Karen called home and spoke to Clint. She said, "Clint, that's not Drew. Get a gun and pew-pew him." Clint reportedly replied, "You want me to shoot Drew?" Still believing that the man was Holly's boyfriend. Karen called 911, but because she was calling from work, she reached a dispatcher for the wrong county. At home, Clint looked outside again and saw the man walking with Holly into nearby woods. At this point, he noted that the man was larger than Drew Scott. Clint tried to call his sister's cell phone as well as Scott's cell phone, but neither call was answered. When Karen called her house again, Clint told her what he witnessed, and he was instructed to call 911. Clint fetched a loaded pew-pew and went outside, where he found bloodstains belonging to Holly in the garage. He dialed 911. Police arrived at Bobo residence 10 minutes later. Cell phone pings showed Holly's cell phone moving away from her home tower, heading north. Her cell phone continued north to a wooded area near Interstate 40, where her remains were eventually found. After her cell phone stopped moving for 20 or 30 minutes, it began traveling south again using a different route. The last cell phone ping came from Holly's phone in the area where both the phone and its SIM card were later found. Now, the investigation. Let's see, Molly Brown. I remember the Holly Bobo case, and I am in California. I've heard bits of information about her case over years, but never knew if they convicted the right person. R.I.P. Beautiful Holly. She was gorgeous. She was gorgeous. I looked at a bit of it beforehand. Little Kentucky. It's an involved case. Yeah. It was so sad. Momsky Bear says, "I cannot believe this case is coming back up, and it's just not making sense that Autry suddenly recants." Little Kentucky, when I get off here, I'm going to try and learn more about this case. I went ahead, before we did this, I went ahead and added the 3 links to the hearing that they're having right now for the post-conviction relief hearing for this boy that's been convicted. I added all 3 of those links. We'll see. I'm going to try it real quick and see if it'll let us. Let's see if it'll let us.
All right, Ms. Adams, have a seat. And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions before you begin, Mr. Bates. Okay? Ms. Adams? Yes. You understand that you have counsel present with you today. Ms. Gentry, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you been advised that you do not have to testify in this proceeding?
Yes, sir.
Is it your desire to waive your rights under the 5th Amendment and proceed with testimony today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we go on with that, because I think it's going to play it pretty good, let me read this real fast. It says, Clint described the man as being between 5'10" and 6 foot tall. weighing 180 to 200 pounds and having dark hair sticking out from under his cap that was long enough to cover his neck and touch his collar. Clint said that the man was wearing a hat and camouflage clothing from head to toe and identified the pattern as either mossy oak, breakup, or leafy wear. He described the male voice as heard as very deep and low. This boy here doesn't sound deep and low. Extensive searches of the area were conducted after Bobo's disappearance. Several items belonging to Bobo were found scattered throughout the town, including her lunchbox, a receipt with her name on it, a card from school, her cell phone, a SIM card, which had been removed from her phone. Early in the investigation, the TBI focused heavily on a registered SMEX offender named Terry Britt, who matched the witness description. His home was wiretapped and searched during the course of the investigation, but he was never charged. In September 2014, Bobo's partial remains were found by ginseng hunters in a wooded area of northern Decatur County, just off I-40 nearly 20 miles from Darden. The owner of the property, Gary Tubbs, said it was not uncommon for people to hunt there without permission. Larry Stone, one of the men who found the remains, said he saw a large bucket in the woods, which he overturned. Beneath the bucket, he found a human skull. He then spotted Bobo's remains spread on the ground behind him. Investigators recovered Bobo's skull and teeth, several ribs, and one shoulder blade. Her skull had a bullet hole in the back of it. The bullet entered the back right side of her head and traveled to the front left side, fracturing her left cheekbone when it exited. Okay, so let's listen to this. This is the brother of Zach Adams claims they did not red rum Holly Bobo.
If you have any questions during the process of this questioning, and you need to speak to Ms. Gentry, will you tell me that you'll raise your hand, let us know, and I'll give you an opportunity to do that?
Yes, sir.
Can you understand, Ms. Gentry? If you have some objection, I'd like to stop the proceeding and then allow you to do that as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. State, Mr. Bates, you satisfied with how I've arranged this? Thank you. Mr. Bates, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. And this testimony, the relevance is for actual innocence, all matters regarding video and digital evidence in question, which includes ineffective assistance of counsel, prosecutorial misconduct, violations of Brady allegations, as well as evidence of ineffective assistance of counsel regarding matters that it's anticipated the client, this witness, not authenticate.
All right, and you said something about the videos. Is that separate videos, the video that was excluded?
Not the audio video.
Okay.
It'll be the state labeled DP video
The video
of the
of
ATM.
the ATM.
And the second video,
Okay, those haven't been introduced yet.
no, Your Honor.
Okay. Hold on one second though, Mr. Chavis, you good before these information? Trying to follow. You good with that? Trying to follow. Go ahead, Mr. Bates.
Okay, Mr. Ames, can you sit up and into the microphone for my benefit, please?
Yes, sir.
Can you state your name? How old are you?
John Adams,
Okay, how old are you?
37.
37. And tell me, how far did you get in school?
I went all the way through tech school.
Okay. And did you graduate high school?
Yes, sir.
And what tech school did you go to?
Lexington Technology.
Okay. Do you understand what the truth is?
Yes, sir.
What's your definition of the truth?
Telling the truth. I mean, no lies. No lies in it.
All right. I told you I was in a green suit. Would that be the truth?
No, you're not in a green suit.
All right. Well, people told you I was in a green suit. Would that make me in a green suit? You understand the importance of the truth.
Yes, sir.
You understand the importance of telling the judge the truth.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the court has given you the ability, if you don't like any of my questions, you can ask to speak to your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to take you to April 13th, 2000. All right. Now, at that time, what kind of vehicle did you have the ability to drive?
An 06 Silverado.
Okay. And I'll pass you one document for the court, one for the witness. And it's about on the 6th page, Mr. Adams. There's a series of photos.
I believe there are 13 pages here. That's not accurate.
Yes, Your Honor.
At this stage for identification. We'd exhibit 7 now.
It'll get marked just for identification at this.
Yes.
Mr. Adams, do you see the page in with a bunch of photos of a vehicle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does this reflect the 06 Silverado that you owned?
Yes, sir.
And that is marked for identification, Your Honor.
Just 5 pages of truck photos. The states. It's still going to be collective exhibit 7, but he's authenticated the photos.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Objections to Sept, Ms. Wyler. All right. Yes. Does he need to keep that, Mr. Bates? For identification at this stage, Madam Court Reporter.
You ready? Mr. Adams, do you remember the day Holly Bobo was abducted? April 13th, 2011.
Yes.
Now, did you have any part in the abduction, raping, or killing Miss Bobo?
No, sir.
Were you present in anything took place?
No, sir. I was nowhere around.
Where were you?
I was in town.
Okay.
My brother was in town. We was getting gas and going somewhere. I can't remember exactly where we went, but we was somewhere in the middle of town.
You can turn behind you. And I'll tell you when
All right, defendant, or excuse me, witness be shown a video on the overall screen.
That's good. Travis, I'm gonna. All right. Play and stop. Now, Mr. Adams, you go back to this vehicle in question. Do you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
Well, they,
That's my truck.
who was in the truck with you that day?
Me, my brother, Shane.
This video will only be introduced. Is that correct? Where are you in the time stamp on this video so we can specify what he's testifying to?
Can you state what time is on this video, Mr. Adams?
I'll let you do that, Mr.
Okay.
Bates.
It's 4/13/2011, 11:12 a.m. That's you.
Yes, that's my truck.
Zach was in the truck with you,
Yes, sir.
and Shane.
Yes, sir.
Who pulled money out?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie about that.
Who? Where else did you go in Parsons that morning?
We went to some house. Somewhere behind some barbecue shack. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember going to any other stores or fast food or restaurants?
We may have. It's been so long. I don't know.
Now, at this moment in time where you're on the video, had you just watched a rape,
No.
watched a murder?
Yes, sir.
Was Shane or Zach telling you they had just participated?
No, sir.
Have you ever talked? How many times have you seen this video in your life?
Till just today. Till this day.
Your Honor, I move to introduce this.
All right, we're going to introduce the entire video.
Yes, Your Honor.
How long is the video? So I can have an idea. This is the only relevant part in this entire video, is that correct? Sometime around the 11 to 12
Yes, Your Honor.
a.m. time frame.
And we're going to play possibly more of it with officers to review.
Okay. All right, we'll mark the video as Exhibit 8. It'll be on a separate flash drive. But the still shot that we've been talking about to this point that the witnesses testified to, again, is at 11, 12, and 12 seconds. Okay.
And you can look on the next photo, the next video. All right, this is at 11:55, 2011, 04/13, 11:55. Mr. Adams, do you recognize the individual in the store?
Yes, sir. It could be me.
You ever seen this video?
Till just today. I've never seen this video till today.
Your Honor, I move to mark this in the next numbered exhibit.
Objections, Mr. Clerk? We'll mark it as Exhibit 9. I didn't know you were giving me a timestamp. Tell me what that timestamp is again.
2011, April 13th, 11:55.
Where are you getting these numbers?
The top left corner, Your Honor, next to the little video.
Up where it says VAC Media Player.
Event 2011 04 13 11:55.
Okay. Now that's the file name. And then you stop at 50, or is that how many seconds into it?
7.
7 seconds. That's the most important thing I need. 7 seconds into the video. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Bates.
Put those things down. All right. Okay, no more videos for now. When you were at the BP, do you remember, were you by yourself or were you still on the same journey with Zach and Shane?
Yeah, we still on the same journey. I just wanted to pay for gas.
At some point, do you remember being charged in federal court for crimes?
Yes, sir.
And where were you in jail while you were awaiting your sentence?
For the federal.
Okay. Do you know what county you were in?
Albine County.
Okay. And do you remember being interviewed by law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember who?
It's TBI. I can't remember the name. Jeff Jackson, I think he was.
Do you remember whether whether you had an attorney there?
No, I did not have no attorney there.
Did they ask you questions?
Tons of them.
Okay. Did you tell them information that you thought your brother, Zach Adams, had a part in the abduction, rape, and killing of Holly Bobo?
No. They assumed he did, but I didn't ever.
Did you pled out in that case, correct?
Yes, sir.
What was your sentencing hearing?
A year served, 2 years of federal probation.
Okay. Did you have any other special conditions about where you had to live?
No. They, after I got sentenced, they sent me to live with Dennis Benjamin.
Okay. Who's Dennis Benjamin?
Just somebody they knew. I never made him till after I got sentenced in my federal trial.
Who's they?
TBI.
Was this explained to you?
Shortly
before you agreed to it, or shortly
before they sent me there.
Okay. Prior to this time, did you know Dennis Benjamin?
No, sir.
What was explained to you about why you were living with Dennis Benjamin?
They said for my protection.
Okay. Did you feel you needed protection?
No, sir.
Had you met Dennis Benjamin in your jail cell prior to?
No, I met him one day before they sent me to live with him.
Do you remember that conversation?
Shortly. We had like 30 minutes to visit with one another, and then they sent me back to my cell, and then a week later they sent me there to live with him.
As part of your federal sentence?
Yes, because I was going to a federal probation officer in Memphis.
Who was the prosecutor in your federal case?
And I don't remember.
Okay. You, prior to your sentence, had you told people you had information about the rape, abduction, and killing of Holly Bobo?
No, sir.
You told anybody that?
No, sir.
Have they asked you?
Just I've been asked a bunch of times, but I never told them.
Okay. After you went to live with Dennis Benjamin, what was that like?
It was different.
How so?
Just every day getting asked questions about what happened, what you think happened
By whom?
by Dennis.
Was he nice to you?
In a way, yeah. And no,
What makes you say in a way he wasn't?
just by hounding me every day, asking questions about the case. He knew I knew something, but wasn't saying. That was his assumption.
Did you at times tell him you didn't know anything?
I told him I didn't know nothing.
At some point, did that change?
Just after he kept hounding me.
And you told him what?
I said rape and reduction of Holly Bobo. That was a lie just to get him off my back.
Why did you want him off your back?
Because I got tired of questioning. I mean, I've already been through it for a year straight, and then constantly getting drilled about it every week. You get tired of getting hounded.
How did it make you feel?
I mean, can't explain how it made me feel. I mean, it just had no feeling, you know. I mean, I can't give them something that I don't know nothing about.
How soon after telling Dennis Benjamin did you meet with the TBI?
He carried me there shortly after,
Like within several days or?
less than a day.
Okay. Do you remember the meeting with TBI?
Yes, sir.
If you can, we're back to videos now. Go back.
Witness is being shown another video, remarks for identification at this stage, Exhibit 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, but this is hearsay.
It's not asserted for the truth of the matter. The statements, can you pause it? Your Honor, the statements are asserted under the ineffective assistance of counsel, as well as the actual innocent claims. This recorded video.
Well, then it is being offered for
No, let him finish what he's saying, Ms. Ward.
This recorded video has, would the court like to have the witness excused so I'm not accused of telegraphing to the witness?
Let's do this. Ms. Warwick again.
Yes.
State your objection. Is hearsay.
It's an out-of-court statement offered for the truth of the matter. This is not a party opponent.
I believe this is I believe I'm about to be shown a statement that the state at one point thought was a confession of Dylan Adams.
Correct.
And now it's not being offered for the truth.
He's just offered that it's being offered to show all of those grounds that he's alleged in the ineffective assistance in the post-conviction petition. That's why he's offering this. To show the misconduct, to show the everything, the laundry list of things that he's alleging in his post-conviction, he's just stated that's why he's offering this.
You know, the analysis for hearsay is whether the statement is asserted for the truth of the matter. The statements of Dylan Adams are not asserted for the.
I'm going to see this video.
Okay.
Objections overruled.
All right, pause.
You remember Grant, correct?
Mr. Adams, is that you?
Yes, sir.
And is this the beginning of the first meeting with
That's when
TBI? And this is after the Dennis Benjamin?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, it is a lengthy video. We're prepared to play it. We also have a transcript that, in all candor, is unsigned by the court reporter that Ms. Thompson had prepared. We also have a summary of the transcript that Ms. Thompson prepared that we're prepared to introduce under Rule 1006. My request is for us to play some of this today and come back with the witness with questions. If the state wants to play it all, we're certainly prepared to do that.
All right, let's play the portions that you'd like to have played. If the state wants it all played. Let me ask this. Are you submitting the entire video?
I am, Your Honor.
Or the court will watch the entire video, whether it's through these proceedings today or outside this hearing?
All right.
Let's just be specific on time slots.
When we stop it, we'll let the court know.
If that's fine, you met him. Okay, you obviously know me long enough now. So I sit down and talk to Dennis. Here's what my understanding is. You came forward to Dennis and told him some things that are above and beyond what you ever told me or Brent about this case, right? Okay. And then you through Dennis reached out and wanted to talk to me about it. Is that right? Okay. All right, remember every time that we talk, I've got forms that I go over. This is a procedural thing. You're not under arrest. You have volunteered to come in and give more information about this. Okay, I'm gonna go over this form with you. I'm gonna sit right beside you. I'm gonna read it to you, okay? So we ask any questions, you understand your constitutional rights. Your right to remain silent. Do not answer any questions. Do not answer questions. If you do, I'm sorry. If you do answer questions, your answers can be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, it will be provided to you without cost. So to answer questions now, no lawyer present, still have the right to stop answering questions at any time until you talk to the lawyer. And this is a waiver, same thing we've done over 100 times. I have read or have had read to me my constitutional right. Understand what my rights are, willing to make a statement and answer questions without a lawyer being present. I'll sign. It's 5:58 p.m. on Wednesday, September 17th, 2014. Okay, what is different from now to then? That's what I want you to enlighten me about. I kind of got the gist of it, but here's what I want to do. Just the easiest way to start out. Let's back up to the day before, and don't leave any detail of any kind out. Okay, let's just start from right there. And you walk me through everything. Don't get hung up you know, Dennis said that you was a bit upset that you had not told me everything way back when. I'm not messed up about it, okay? You're doing the right thing now about coming forward about it. But, you know, I'm not mad at you. It'll never be any different than the first time I ever talked to you. I'm not gonna raise my voice or anything like that. I'm not mad at you. I'm very glad that you're doing the right thing and coming forward, okay? So let's just go ahead and start with what happened. How did all y'all get together the night before this happened?
I was out that officer come up one night, we gunned out, and they ended up leaving. I mean, they left about 1 o'clock, and I did not see them. Did not have no knowledge of what they was doing till they come back.
All right, well, we got all night, okay? I don't want to go over this in 2 seconds, okay? There's so many details we probably need to know. First of all, what kind of dope we got?
Moved to the night.
Where'd the ice come from?
Autry had it.
Autry had some ice and showed up. What was Autry? What was he wearing? What was he driving? Anything you can remember what happened?
I know I had short sleeves on, pants on. Gray or black shirt, I ain't for sure what he had on, but I wouldn't say it was gray or black.
Okay. He by himself when he come up? What about that? What do you remember him wearing or anything like that?
I know he had shorts on, camouflage shorts on. I won't say a black shirt he had on.
Okay. Which way did y'all smoke guys?
I was shooting.
Y'all were shooting up, all three of you shooting up? Okay. Everybody got their own rig or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. With it, everybody had their own rig, you're shooting up. How much do you think you need? From what time did you say you got there?
I would say it's dark, I mean, maybe 8 o'clock, 7 or 8, somewhere there.
Okay, because the time of year it was in the spring, it's still getting dark now. All right. Sit around, smoke some dope. What y'all talk about when you're sitting around smoking dope?
Stuff they talk about, I didn't.
What did they talk about?
What they been doing, really, you know.
What else do you, what else does, this is one of the most obviously traumatic few days of your life. I'm sure that it's stuck in your head like permanently. So try to come up with every detail that you can for me about anything that they were talking about, because here's what I'm getting at. There had to be some kind of discussion, whether you're a part of it or not. You're sitting there with them shooting up some dope. There had to be some discussion about what was fixing to happen. And why her? Why Holly? Why? How did she get picked? Which one of you knew her the most? Which one of you thought she was good looking? Or what's the reason? Why her? There, you see where I'm coming from? I know you were sitting there with them there. That's undisputed. You're telling me that, and that's fine. What was the discussion that was going on during the night? Because this plan got hashed out. I want to, and Dylan, you already know me. You're not going to offend me or hurt my feelings with anything you say. Don't leave anything out. This is your opportunity that you chose to come to us and make every bit of this right. Don't make half of this right now, because this is it, okay? This time, let's make every bit of it right. What was the discussion that led up to choosing her and going to get her?
That I have no clue. They were talking about where we get somebody. I mean,
Talking about finding someone to rape. How often do they go get somebody to rape?
that I don't know.
How many different times have you ever been involved with them and having a conversation, or how many other people do you know of that's ever been raped?
You said they was talking about going to get somebody. What were they saying?
We're fixing to go get her later on tonight. what they said.
Her, define her.
And this is what they said, her.
They didn't say Holly's name, they said her. Okay. All right.
What else did they say?
They left the event, they left at night, 1 o'clock at night time. And I did not see them until 9:30 or 10 the next morning. So in that time period, I don't know what they did or where they been.
So you were down at Zach's. This is night before. All right, so kind of draw a line here. Night before, around what time you start smoking up? Around dark, 7 p.m. And then that lasts until they leave at what time?
Possibly 12 in the morning somewhere.
10, 12 in the morning. And what all, anything else discussed that you can remember? Just while you're sitting around and everybody's getting high, the discussion comes up about going and getting someone to rape them. And then they mention her, but you're saying that you never heard Holly's name mentioned.
How do they know? How does that?
I have no clue.
How does Jason know?
I have no clue what that means.
How did you know about it?
I seen him one time. It's Ruby. I'm Ruby Cornett. As we was leaving, she pulled up, and I asked her who she was, and he told me who she was, and we left.
You making a comment about it being pretty girl or?
I got 6 years pretty good girl. Each one carried down. That's how I feel.
When you saying that, I'm just gonna ask you this, okay, because when you go down the road, you feel like you can tell me anything, do you? The prettiest girl in the Gator family. And I just wanna know, because here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want any conflict in the story. Sooner or later, your brother's gonna talk to me. Sooner or later, Officer's gonna talk to me, and who knows who else. When they talk to me, I don't want there to be a discrepancy about whether or not you knew and whether or not her name has been said. If you're sitting around high, we both agree that people do things when they're high they never do when they're sober. What does I prove? Make you horny? Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad, sleepy, what?
It'll make you sleepy and all that.
I'm just saying, it ain't nothing to be embarrassed about. You can't be shy.
Energy and
Lots of energy and kind of the restlessness. Before we get past this one hump, I just want to know, honest to God, 100% truth, son. Did you know that it was going to be Holly that was going to be there? Do you know any reason since then? You know, all the talks that you ever had with Zach or heard anything or said, why? Why her? Is that anything to do with her or her brother or anything like that? Okay. So you say that they left in your truck. Remember way back when we first talked, you said that you had gone and gassed the truck up. That part still true? So your truck was full of gas. How much crap did you have in your truck? Much stuff, in general stuff, or do you in general just keep a pretty clean open truck? Okay. So when the two of them left, they didn't have to set none of your stuff out or anything like that to have room in the truck. What did they tell you they were going to do?
I'll be back after a while. And then when he left, he never told me where he go to.
Well, is that really true, or did you you said they're talking about going and getting a girl, and then they said her, and even if they did say Holly, you're sitting around thinking they're fixing to show back up with someone they're gonna rape.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but he also will get just pick girls up to get them high and like, I didn't.
You didn't know if he was gonna go down to the teachers or somewhere and pick someone up and offer them some dope and bring them back and just do whatever. Didn't know exactly who it was gonna do. Okay. So they leave at 12 to around 1. What do you do?
I stayed in the house, sitting around with some TV.
What do you watch?
I just had TV on for that. I just mainly play pool by myself.
Hanging out by yourself while they go try to round someone up. What time do they come back?
It's 9:30, 10 that morning.
The morning that Holly was taken, they show back up with Holly in your truck at about what time?
9:30, 10.
9:30 to 10, just making sure you're all on the same page. Okay. Did you call anybody? Did you text anybody? And what did you do other than playing pool and just generally watch TV and hang out? You didn't talk to nobody? Did anybody come by trying to buy dope back or did Zach leave any kind of phone at the house? What phone was Zach using right there at that time? What's the precinct phone?
733.
733. What phone were you using? Because remember this, the number that you told me that number is not, you had another number that you were using, and I want you to remember what it is. What number did you have during this time? If I read your number, will you remember it if I read it to you? 7. That sound right? I mean, just look at it on a keypad to help you. I mean, 7-3.
Seems like I had one of them for the company phone that Randy had.
All right, so if I tell you that it is a company phone that came from the water department, then that helps y'all remember too, that is for sure we're talking about the same number. What did you do with that phone? What is it?
And I had no clue.
What was it the last time? What kind of, describe that phone to me.
Just a cheap little, like a little gold phone. Like $19 little gold phone.
Flip top.
Yeah, that's a little cheap one.
Did you purposely quit using it after dinner?
No.
Did you take that phone with you anywhere during that day, during this time, this time we're gonna be talking? Did you have that phone the whole time? Who had your phone? Where was it? It's your phone, it's your phone.
Granddaddy had that phone. That was his company phone. We went and got my 2566 and he put that phone up. But it seems like when he did that, sometimes that broke his phone. Then when he got stealing that stuff from down there and down there around the house. That deer stand when you got caught on a lock camera and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get a pop where he sold the deer stand to the police or something. And Zach started using that phone. Started using the same SIM card from that phone.
where was that number that we just talked about during the days that we're talking about right now? We've only made it up almost to the point of her being brought back to the house. Where was that phone during this time from when y'all started smoking ice the night before Holly was taken up until the point she's coming to the house? Who had that phone?
I hadn't checked that.
The phone was with you. Right. Me and you played this round a bunch of times before. I meant to ask you very seriously, man. You know I can find things out about cell phones, right? Did you really at the house waiting, or did you go with them? It makes no difference at this point. So you had that phone with you?
That has a spoof card, as you call it. He can say he's got Brent's number. He can call you and make it show up Brent's number.
Or did you get something like that?
I have no clue. I want to say Huntsville, Alabama or somewhere, it's a gunshot.
Call it a spoof card? How does it work?
It's just like, I want to say it's like a little count number, but on it, he can make any number he wants to show up. Brent's number, my number, your number, just call anybody wants to, and you can pick a voice like a woman or a man, to make it talk like a woman or a man to you.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right. We'll probably come back to that in a few minutes. Right now, let's establish what happened here. You're saying you did not go with them, and that you stayed at home. They left around between midnight and 1 a.m. and it's 9:30 to 10 a.m. when they show up. What makes you remember that it's 9:30 to 10?
I remember looking at the TV and I heard one pulling up.
In the PT cruiser or Jason's or
My truck. Because they had my truck and that's my phone. And they had it 12 o'clock.
so they used your truck to go take off. And the PT cruiser stayed there at where you were at. You never went to sleep or anything like that, so no one else came up there and took the cruiser anywhere or anything. It never left. Your truck was lined up or whatever, you would hear it coming and, okay. When they got there, who was driving? Zach was driving the truck. Who was sitting where in the truck?
I remember thinking that Austin was back there too.
This dot represents the front end of the truck. So the driver would be sitting here on the front seat passenger, and you got a bench seat in the back. You're saying Zach was driving,
Yes, sir.
little Jason
He was right here in the middle.
in the back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and they're right here.
You think?
Then Zach gets out from the door, gets her out, Austin gets back. And they start going in the house.
Where did they pull up?
They come up to the carport.
To it or in it or beside it?
And to the carport right there, right front.
I remember right, the first time we talked, you told me something about it was parked down close to the carport, but now you're saying that this is the house, and this is the carport on the end of it. You're saying they pulled into that. Would that dot represent the front, just pulled straight in? Got her out of the driver's side. Describe, what was she doing? What did she look like? What was she wearing?
You know, had a pink shirt, plain shirt there. Remember that?
Okay.
And,
Was her hair any kind of, was it pulled back, down?
down.
and kicking and screaming? Or what was
She
she,
was, that's like, good. Well, me,
did she recognize you? Did she call Zach or Jason by name? You know, did we have anything that bind her, or was she free? She have shoes on? What kind of shoes?
what she was,
What did your lips say? What she say, why me?
they didn't say nothing. They didn't tell her.
Okay. Where did they go? How did they get in the house?
They told me to the football over.
Did you get out the door open for them?
Exactly, and then go up,
Who was controlling her?
after the time.
They let her free stand, they weren't holding on.
No, they told them to her, after they had up.
Had her up, describe what you mean. Go ahead.
You're not getting right.
Okay.
You got her in the house.
Can you understand her speech?
Better.
Did you said you remember the shirt. Has she been hurt? Did you see any injuries to her?
She looked like she been bleeding right now. She had her blood. Her eye looked like it, black, nose swollen a little bit.
Okay.
And maybe even a little cut right there in her lip.
You remember it being on that side of her face? So it's over here. This eye looked puffy and her nose.
It looked tough and that.
Did you see any blood coming out of her mouth or nose or anything? You just say you saw it. You remember us talking about some scratches that you said you saw on Black? Did he already have the scratches on him at this point? Or what do you remember about that? When you come back with her, or? So as he's coming in the house now, he's scratched up. And she is bleeding or has been bleeding. She has been bleeding. Her eye, nose, and busted lip. And she's having to be led into the house. Did they say anything about drugging her or anything like that? Did she look like she was just normal walking in the house? What do you
Sister, you know,
Where the carrier was at now?
they're already upstairs.
Okay. You know, upstairs, you gotta go to the pool table, go up the steps, and then there's that bar and that open window area, and we all in there. Where? If you go to the right from there, Zach's bedroom, went that way. If you kind of go to the left, there's the living. Okay, go to the immediately.
Describe
Tell us everything to the point. I want every detail of who took her clothes, how much of her clothes, how much of whoever was getting raping. Let's go through that part of it. Who did what? You got her in the house. She's been walked up into the living room. What furniture is in the living room? Three couch. Okay. You know, the way that house is laid out, that couch was sitting, if it was the same way then as it was when I saw it, that couch was kind of sitting one end close to that window and one end further away from the window. Does that sound right? Or was it sitting?
it was, at this time, it was right there, even with the little bar right there.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to see if we draw that. Let's take this and draw, come into the house. carport down here, hanging this way. Here's that entryway, and then step, pool tables here. That window area right here, okay, that bar. So you're saying that couch is sitting this way along, right? Better looking on there. So that being a couch. So this being the end on with it, the back of it, you get the little bar right there. Yeah, the bar comes out around like that. Bump up to get fit. Alright, so it was sitting that way. Which end of it would you put her in? Toward the front of the house, toward the road in the front door of the house, the front door somewhere over there. Toward, look at that wrong, front door is in. Cause this wall comes on over here, this is the old carport. Yeah, old carport, when you come up, that would be right, actually, everything would be, actually, the door would be behind the couch. Okay, because you got, say, right here's the bar, right here's the bar, right here's the couch, and then you got kitchen table here, and you got the big window right here. Yeah, and then you got the big window, the door, right here. I'm talking about there is a big like bay window in the front of the house. So this is a big window on the front of the house, and this is the door. If I draw that couch position right, actually, the window and stuff is behind the couch. So the couch was sitting this way. You know, I didn't draw that first time, that's correct. But this being the door and that being the window on the front of the house. And that opening where you can see down there where the pool table would be over here. And that kitchen, yeah, I forgot about, this is actually a kitchen. Kitchen. And then that wall is actually kind of like that. And then the bar comes out. Is that right? Is that right? All right. Before we're done today, I think I have somewhere in the book if I get diagram of that. Now says it was the way that we do that. So I'll try to find that for us before we go. Because I want to, it's important to me where exactly this house was positioned and all that. Okay. But, all right, so she's come in, and even if I got that wrong, we're going to fix that in a few minutes. Is that couch dark or light color? Green one. Not as green chairs in there. So there's some green chairs, but you're talking about the couch. Yeah. What color was it? I know it's green. I don't know exactly what color green. Leather or leather. Who did what first? From all of what you guys know. So that's exactly what he did first. With the housing program. Everything, just her like. Okay. How much of his own trouble did he take off? He didn't take him off his legs, he dropped them out. How did he hold her to protect that? He bent her over. Help her arms out, you know. Pressed it down over her, so she couldn't get away. Over the end of the couch. Yeah. Okay. What all did he do for her? Okay. Okay. When you say both ends, you gotta help me out there because literally, did they make her perform any oral sex? Anyone vaginal sex with her? You know who's gonna get first? I'm assuming he's standing there watching. And then, how long? Well, was she still conscious, fighting, saying?
Your Honor, I'm pausing it at 33:27, and we'll leave the balance of this first part of the video to the court's viewing.
33:27.
Yes, Your Honor. And wait a second. And Your Honor, this second video is pre-labeled video 010. It's a second part of the, and I would just ask the witness the same questions. Mr. Adams, is what play just a second or so of it.
Convicted and anyone involved.
All right, pause that.
Why?
Is that a continuation of the same interview that we saw just a minute ago?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I move to enter this as the next numbered exhibit in its totality.
Well, it's one total interview, 2 videos.
Correct, Your Honor.
Well, let me ask this. Is there an objection to the second
No,
half of the video? All right, let's call them 10A and 10B. Is that all right, Madam Court Reporter? Same, put them on the same.
For all of these, it's $5 million.
Okay.
For all of these.
All the ones relative to Mr. Dylan Adams' testimony. That's what Ms. E2 had discussed earlier. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Just for clarification, I believe Exhibit 9 was a short video at a BP that you paused at 7 seconds to just show a still shot. And Mr. Adams said that was him in the video, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Is that the video you're talking about? I think that was Exhibit 9. Correct. All right, go ahead, Mr. Bates.
Mr. Adams, the contents of this discussion, was it true?
No, sir.
Why did you say it?
Because they kept harassing me. I did it to get them off my back.
How soon?
You got to realize I was harassed from the time I caught my Fed charge to after I had my Fed charge till that interview.
When did you, what do you mean by catch a charge?
Since I caught my Fed charge,
Okay,
2014.
what do you mean by catch it?
I mean, the charge I committed.
Okay, you get arrested?
Yeah,
Okay, when did you get arrested?
2013.
Okay, do you remember approximately what time of year?
I really don't know. I know it was in 2013.
Okay. Had you provided any, who was your cellmate in Obion County?
Jason Kilson.
Okay. Do you remember talking to him about the Holly Bobo
No.
case?
No, but it got brought up a lot.
To you?
Yeah. Actually, the whole time I was in my Fed case, it got brought up a whole bunch.
Did you recognize the 2 TBI officers on this video?
Yes, sir.
Were they the ones that came to Obion County?
They're out of Obion County, out of the same jail I was housed in.
They came to you?
Their TBI house is in the same jail. They're out of the same jail in Obion County.
Tell me if this is true. You were treated very warmly and favorably by Dennis Benjamin to help you out. And several weeks after staying there, you went to him and said, hey, I also took part in the rape of Holly Bobo. Did that happen?
No, he questioned me. He come to his own conclusions of that. And that's when he carried up there to the TBI, and they continued to question me, and I got arrested that day.
You have, on the what I believe will be 10B, you discussed, there was a name came out, Victor Densmore. Do you remember him?
I know of him.
Do you remember Victor Densmore's voice?
Don't remember. It's been so long. I'm not gonna lie.
If I played you a recording, would you remember Victor Densmore's voice?
I'd have to hear it. I couldn't be 100% sure.
All right. What about Dennis Benjamin? Would you remember his voice?
I've been too long too on that. I mean, I'm not good with voices. I'm better with faces than I am voices.
Okay. After you were the video 10A and 10B, you were arrested.
Yes, sir.
Did Dennis Benjamin continue to have contact with you?
For a short period of time.
Do you remember what he was telling you?
Objection, Your Honor, to hearsay.
Not certain for the truth of the matter.
Well, I'd have to hear what it is to make a determination there, so.
I don't remember what he said. I know he comes to see me for a short period of time after I got locked up at Robertson County, and then he disappeared.
So.
Nothing.
Nothing to object to there,
Yes,
so.
You went on to say that you said that Mr. Autry raped the victim 45 minutes. And then I believe you said Zach held you at gunpoint if you didn't rape the victim as well. You remember telling the TBI
I
that?
remember telling him that's all a lie.
And that Zach then raped. You remember telling that?
Yeah, I remember telling that, but
And that this took place, I believe you said that it was an all-night abduction. You remember saying that?
I don't remember saying that. I'm sure they put their own words,
That,
own spin to it.
that they left at night and came back in the morning, 9:30, 10 a.m.
Yep.
All right. And that they said, or you said rather, it was Autry, you and you and Zach with Holly Bobo throughout the morning. You said that.
Yes, sir.
At any point, did anybody say, now Dylan, there's a video of you at the ATM machine.
No. I've never seen this till today. I never knew it existed.
You possibly have the right to object to this. I'm not asking what you told your attorney. Did any attorney ever tell you, we have a video of your Silverado that morning at 11:12 a.m.
No, sir.
at the BP?
No, sir.
You entered what's called an Alford plea in this case.
Yes, sir.
Can you reconcile for us why you entered an Alford plea? You're saying you had nothing to do with these folks.
But after watching my brother get 101 years, I mean, I didn't want to face that in the penitentiary, so I come to the conclusion, take a interest plea. That's what they come with me at. And I was looking ahead of time about getting out. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in prison. I mean, I wasn't looking at the crime or looking at that. I was looking at if we get out.
Prior to your case, were you advised that you were going to testify against Zach and Jason Autry?
Yes.
Did you meet with the prosecutors?
They come see me one time when I was in O'Brien County.
Do you remember who the prosecutor was?
I don't remember.
You were told you were going to be a testifying witness in Zach's case.
Yes, sir.
Were you told by anyone, and we'll ask who, what your sentence was going to be if you did that?
No.
Were you told it would?
I was told nothing about that.
Okay. Were you in special education as a kid?
Yes, sir.
What were your disabilities?
Reading and comprehending. Reading something and comprehending what it says, Sometimes I might have to read it 2 or 3 times or get somebody to explain what it means to me.
Did you ever leave special education, or did you receive it all the way through the 12th grade?
Honestly, I don't remember. That's been so long ago.
Fair enough. Everything you've said today to this court been the truth?
Yes, sir.
Those are my questions.
Cross-examination,
Sure. I have you listen to a video or an audio, all right? You bear with me just a minute, please.
So it come through your computer speakers?
It all goes well. Where were you locked up in February of 2014? What jail were you in?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've been locked up so long, all the jails, they start running together now. I don't remember.
Where are you currently housed?
At River Bend Maximum Security Prison.
What's your brother's name?
Zach Adams.
You see him in court today?
Yes, ma'am.
You keep looking over at him, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your grandfather's name?
Nick Adams.
And what's your mother's name?
Cindy Adams.
You know Shane Austin?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was he to you?
He's my neighbor, friend.
Was he a good friend?
Yes.
When did he kill himself?
I have no idea I was locked up when that happened.
Do you know Jason Autry?
No of him. No
Sir?
of him.
Know of him? Ever been around him?
Once or twice.
What nickname does he go by?
A-Train.
Right. Yep. Listen to this and see if you recognize your voice on here.
For English, for a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now.
You recognize this?
Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now.
So I have phones from all prison systems.
Okay. You made some jail calls in your day?
Well, quite a few of them.
Okay.
Please hold. Please wait while your call is being connected. Hello, this is a prepaid call from.
that you?
An inmate at the Obion County
Don't
Jail.
sound like it. I mean,
To
I
accept
do,
this
but I don't
call,
know.
press 0. To refuse, your current balance is $21.29.
Keep
This
listening.
call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hi, Debbie.
What are you doing?
You recognize that?
I guess it's when I was in O'Brien County.
Who are you talking to?
It sounds like my mother,
What's her name?
Cindy Adams.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I was gonna call and tell you, they keep my citizen now. So what now? Can you hear me? Huh?
Hear you.
Yeah, they put my citizen off. I don't know. So what now?
How come? Hey,
You there?
yeah, I'm here.
No, well, I thought I'd call and let you know.
How come? Did they say why?
No, I guess you got to go to trial. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I find out more, I'll let you know.
I wasn't gonna be able to take off anyway, so.
Okay, well, I love you.
I love you too, baby. Call me this weekend.
I will.
All right. Love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.
For English, press 1. For a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling
Objections, Mr.
now.
Banks? We'll end up marking these Exhibit 11.
Yes, thank you.
Please hold. Please wait while your call is being connected. Hello, this is a prepaid call from
Yeah.
an inmate at the Obion County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hit. Your current balance is $20.80. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey,
Dylan,
yeah,
what's going on?
I don't know.
They're saying that you said that Zachary killed Holly Bobo.
I did not.
Oh, that's what the TBI and everybody's telling Dick? Oh, dear God.
No, somebody just told me he was trained to confess to it. I don't know what you're talking about, Mama. They come talk to me. I don't know.
They said that you said he did it.
I did not say that.
Yeah, I mean, and that was showing Dick text messages that you were sending them all day today, the TBI, the FBI.
Me sending them text messages.
Yeah, that's what they're showing Dick.
I'm fucking in D-Max, bro. They got me locked down fucking 24/1.
Well, the TBI is telling Dick that you turned evidence in on Zachary. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got Zachary locked up.
Do they now?
Yeah, I mean, they've got every news outlet down there. They got TBI, they got SWAT team, they got everything.
I just got word that Train confessed to it.
Well, they're saying you turned Zachary in. for the thing. And I said, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So you ain't told nobody no PBI or anybody, nothing on that?
No, I talked to him about him, but nothing like that.
Yeah, well, they're turning it all around. I gotta call Dick, because Dick thinks you turned that in. Yeah. Mhm. Well, baby, if you didn't do it, don't worry about it. I'm gonna call and get all this straightened out. Dylan,
Yeah.
you okay?
No.
Well, don't worry about it if you didn't do it, honey. Just don't worry about it. Listen, and if they try to do anything like that, you have a lawyer present. You hear me? And don't you sign nothing. You hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that I heard that. Dylan said ain't nobody asked him nothing about nothing. Yeah, if they come in there, Dylan, you ask for attorney, you hear me? I mean it. You stand your ground. Because they're trying to pin this on Zachary because they can't find nobody else to pin it on. Okay, baby? All right, you call me tomorrow.
I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't think I got me on 24-hour lockdown.
Why they got you on lockdown?
I guess I can't call home.
Yeah, they didn't want you to call home. They didn't want you to call home because, yeah, they know that you would find out the truth. That we find out the truth that you didn't turn on Zachary. They said that you said that you seen Holly out Zachary's house.
I said I seen that girl. I didn't.
Well, was it the girl he was living with?
No, it was a blonde-headed girl, mother. I don't know. I don't know who she was. I didn't get Zachary run me out.
Who was there?
I don't know. I mean,
Was Dylan, did they interrogate you for a long time?
yeah,
How long?
talking about till 12 o'clock of the night.
Okay. Don't you answer any more questions about your lawyer. Do you hear me? That is your right. Did you have a lawyer present that day?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, okay, that's all I need to know right there. Okay. I'm recording, like they'll record this conversation, I'm recording this one too. So, you know. Oh, it's all over the news, it's all over everything. Jackie just runs. All right, Dylan, baby. How'd you get to call me tonight?
They let me out.
Are they standing right beside you?
No.
Well, don't cry, son. Don't cry.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. Don't worry about nothing, okay? Don't worry about nothing, okay? But Dylan, listen to mama, okay? Listen to the son. They cannot do that without, you have to say, I want my lawyer present. You have to say that, okay? Dylan, I need for you to talk to me, honey. No. It's gonna be okay, baby. Don't worry about it, okay? Dylan.
I love you.
I love you too. Call me back as soon as you can, okay? Huh? All right, bye.
For English, press 1. For a collect call, press 0. For a debit, please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now. Please hold. Please wait while your call is being connected. Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Obion County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up. Your current balance is $18.60. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
No.
Hey, Dylan.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Just got through talking to WBBJ TV.
No, sir.
Well, that's the PT crew belonged to me, and you know, I was trying to tell them, no, it didn't.
So what?
They went and got Jason's PT Cruiser out of impound, and went and got your truck out of impound, and to get down there to that, they got a big, unit set up down there at the house, and, WBBJ said that the PT Cruiser belonged to, Zachary's mother.
What else did they say?
Huh?
What else did they say?
Nothing. No. They're just saying that, his brother, charged evidence over against him. Mm-hmm. But Dylan, do you understand what I'm saying about if they take you back there again? Do not answer any questions. Do you hear me? Now, I know they're recording this conversation, and, you know, I'm probably going to end up getting you a lawyer because they violated your rights. Did they even offer you a lawyer?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Did you sign anything?
So it's just something like.
You know what? I told you don't sign nothing, and I told you not to talk without a lawyer. If you did that another time, Dylan, I'm fixing to cut your ass off. You hear me? I mean, you will have to get some backbone in you, you know, your brother's in a lot of trouble now because they're saying, you know, you said Holly was at that house. So, I mean, either she was or she wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, did you say Holly was at that house?
No,
Huh?
no.
Okay. Well, they're just trying to trap you and trapping, that's why they have your court, because if you get Holly out there, then you know what, you're gonna be in just as much trouble as Zachary. And you know, here's the thing, if Zachary did something with Holly, you know, he deserves to get punished, but I don't think he did. And if you know something, you know, that's something you have to work out. You know, I'm not telling you to lie or anything, but, you know, you need to make sure what you're saying is true. And you know what, Dylan, you have rights, even though you're in jail, you have rights. And you know, I don't know if you're just trying to get your brother in trouble or what, but you know, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, you've been in there since July, and this is the first time they questioned you about Holly Bobo. Well, I mean, that should have, you should have seen red flags right then. And you tell me, baby, just, you know, you gotta watch what you say because they're gonna twist everything around. That's what they do. That's what they get paid to do.
What's that?
They get paid to twist everything around, you know. They have you in there from what time to what time?
I don't know, a couple hours.
Well, you got tired and probably just started saying stuff, didn't you? Huh?
Yes, thank you.
Well, they're probably gonna be in a lot of trouble for that. You know, you were supposed to have a lawyer present, and if you don't step up and start talking and telling them that shit, you know, they're gonna keep bulldozing you till they're gonna pin it on you next. But I guarantee you this, if Zachary goes down, you'll be going down with him. Did they tell you that too?
No.
Well, you'll be an accessory to it. So, you know, if that's what happened. You know, I don't know what in the hell happened, and you know, I wasn't there. You know. I mean, I don't care if they hold you in there 3 days. You don't answer another goddamn question. Do you hear me?
Okay.
You don't answer another goddamn question from them motherfuckers. You have a lawyer present, and then you still don't have to answer them. I mean, Dylan, you gotta stop letting people push you around. I mean, what were they gonna do to you? I mean, they weren't gonna do nothing, they can't do nothing. You know, by God, next time you go in there, you retract that statement. I hope some motherfuckers are listening because, you know what, they entrapped you. That's what they did, but it's entrapped you into saying something that wasn't true. So, I'm mad as hell, Dylan. I'm mad. I'm telling you, I'm mad as hell. You know, they have searched Zachary's house 3 times, 3 different occasions. You know, he's begged them to give him a polygraph, and they won't do that. You know, this is a kangaroo thing going on here. The TBI, the FBI, all of them fucked up, and it's Holly's anniversary, and they want to pin it on somebody, and you just gave them the fuel to do it with.
For English, press 1. Para español, oprima. For a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now.
Ms. Weiler?
Yes, Your Honor.
Put this in a time frame for the court, please. The
There are.
the statement that's been talked about was made in September of 2014.
These
and
calls are made in February and
There was
March.
something that was just said, you've been in there since July. So I didn't quite understand
On
what's,
a federal gun case. He picked up a federal gun case in 2013 and was in the Obion County Jail pending resolution of that case. He entered a guilty plea to that case in August of 2014. This chain of phone conversations with his mother took place before he disposed of that federal case, but while he was awaiting disposition of that federal case.
so he hadn't been released yet into Mr. Benjamin's custody.
Correct.
So the statement that they're talking about is not the statement that the court has seen this morning.
Correct. It's another statement. Yes, sir.
Is the court going to see that statement?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now. Please hold. Please wait while your call is being connected. Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Obion County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, your current balance is $16.39. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Telling.
Right.
Um,
So,
but you want,
nothing but what's going on.
ain't nothing, but, nothing going on, but, everybody in the county, see your brother throwing Holly Bobo.
So, enough.
County, kidnapping Holly Bobo and, here,
What you been doing by anything?
no. Huh? Just talking to news media and stuff like that. So Dylan, what did they promise you?
I didn't promise me nothing.
Well, they had to promise you something, or, why would you say something like that?
They pretty much had it, though. I mean, they tell me stuff about me that I didn't even know.
What?
Huh?
What?
I don't know where to begin.
It's loud in there.
So what?
I said it's loud in there.
Yes, TV on in here.
Mm. Well, you know, Dylan, that's been, are you,
So what now?
speak to you and you fell right into it.
Really?
Isaac,
So what now? You there? Hello? Huh?
I can't hear you, baby.
This is loud ass TV that they got going on in here, Mom.
Okay, well, listen, just don't worry about nothing, and, it's all good, you know.
Well, they can go in after me anyhow before they come talk to me before they went to go get him.
Yeah, because they said you said he did it.
No, I didn't say. I guess that's what they're saying, or
Yeah, that's what they're saying, you know, no, you know. You know. Anyway, you know, it is what it is, and, for lawyer when you go in there.
I love you.
Love you too, precious.
I miss you.
Baby, I love you more than any.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never forget that, okay?
No.
And I love Zach, and, you
I know
know,
you do. I love him too.
I know you do.
I love him with all my heart.
I know that you were in trap. Not worried about all that shit, just, you know, that, it's what you have to do, baby, just, they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do.
So,
I'm just out for 2 hours. I just go watch TV for a little bit.
all right, baby.
I love you. I'll call you tomorrow. Or something. Yeah. No.
Bye.
Bye.
For English, press 1. For a collect call, press 0.
How many more calls we talking about?
4. We've heard the longest.
For English, press 1. Para español, oprima. For a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now. Please wait while your call is being connected.
Yeah, if we have 1 moment, make sure we find the right one and don't waste the court's time.
All right.
Wrong one.
I don't believe so, but I can confirm that. So there was a note.
While they're looking for that, I'll continue asking some questions. Would that
Thank
be?
you.
Yes. When you made those, do you remember those calls? Remember any of those conversations with your mother?
Been a long time.
Sure. Do you remember talking with Sheila Kilzer?
Not from jail, no.
Sir?
Not from jail, no.
No, not from jail. Before you went to jail.
Yeah, there were plenty of times.
Who is Sheila Kilzer?
Jason's mom.
Okay. And you went over to her house many times. Did you grow up with Jason?
No, he dated one of my best friends that I went to school with.
All right. Where is Jason now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
All right. When's the last time you talked with him?
When I caught my Fed charge,
He was in custody too, or was he your co-defendant?
he was my co-defendant.
He was your co-defendant. Right. All right. And was his case disposed of as well in federal
I
court?
have no idea.
Okay. All right. Who was your lawyer in federal court?
I'm sorry to stop you. You talk about a Miss Kilzer. Is this a Jason Kilzer?
Jason Kilzer and Sheila Kilzer, too. Sheila Kilzer
Okay,
is the
'cause
mother.
we've also got a Jason Autry,
Yes, sir.
but we're talking about Jason Kilzer.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Who was your lawyer on your federal court case? Do you remember?
Diane somebody. Diane somebody.
All right.
I don't remember her last name.
Do you also have a Mr. Randy Altman? Does that name sound familiar?
Seems like he worked for her too.
Okay.
Out of her office.
All right.
And the only time he come in when they started questioning me about this.
All right. And you pled guilty to that case in August of 2014, correct?
Seems like it's somewhere around there. I can't be 100% sure. It's been so long, I don't remember.
Well, you don't remember?
Man, you're looking at this over 10 years, 11 years ago.
Well, right. But how often have you pled in federal court?
One time.
That one time.
But you gotta realize I've been locked up 10 years in 10 different county jails.
Okay.
I mean, all the jails, they begin to run together.
Things run together. Facts get lost, huh?
Yeah.
All right. But you remember pleading guilty in federal court to a gun charge. How much time did you get?
1 year and 2 years of federal probation.
And you went to live with Dennis Benjamin and his wife, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then a month later is when you ended up back in custody with the TBI, giving the statement that we watched.
Yeah, 4 to 5 weeks later.
Yes, sir. 4 to 5 weeks later, after getting out of federal custody, going to Livens, then you told Dennis Benjamin you knew more, and you end up in front of the TBI giving the statement we just watched. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you've not been released from custody since that point. Is that
No, ma'am.
accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay. All right. Do you remember sending the Benjamins a letter?
Nope.
You don't? Let me see if I can pass you something to see if you recognize it.
You've seen this, Mr. Bates.
Assume it's in discovery.
May I approach?
You can pass that up to bailiff. Thank you. Witness has been handed a 2-page document. Look like 2
It's
pages.
more than 2 pages, but I'm just asking him about that one page that I had it open to. Do you recognize that writing,
No, ma'am, I do not.
sir?
No, ma'am.
You didn't write that.
I don't
May I
remember.
approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Were you ever in the Robertson County Jail?
This was where they first put me at,
Can I have this back? Who put you in the Robertson County Jail?
the TBI.
Okay. You know why?
Yes, of this case right here, that was my first jail they put me in.
Dear Dennis and Jerry,
I didn't write that.
you didn't write this, even though it came out of your mail cover from the Robertson County Jail?
Somebody forced it. I didn't write it. I know my writing. I can't spell it good, so that's not my.
Okay,
That's not
so
my
somebody else put this in your mail cover?
I had to.
Okay, All right, you don't remember telling the Benjamins
No.
how much you miss them?
Nope,
How much you enjoyed living with them?
nope,
How you hope you get to go back and live with them?
nope,
I don't know what's going on here, but once I get out,
nope,
wasn't you?
nope.
Okay, all right. So fast forward to September,
Get into that.
not now, not right now, thank you though. September of 2014. And you get taken into custody on this case, correct? And then who's your lawyer?
Matt Maddox,
How long was Mr. Maddox your attorney?
as long as it took for me to get sentenced.
And then even after that, correct?
No, after I got sentenced, they said he wasn't my lawyer anymore.
Okay. He didn't continue to represent you up until recently?
I was told after you take your sentence and your lawyer's not your lawyer no more, unless you have another case.
Is that what Mr. Maddox told you, or that's what they told you?
That's why I was just informed by any other lawyers that was.
But not Mr. Maddox?
No.
Okay, thank you. Who was it that visited you in the jail trying to get you to sign a quitclaim deed? You remember that?
I have no idea.
Did you inherit some
You looking
property?
You looking over 11 years ago, man.
Okay. Did you inherit some property when your grandmother died? Some land?
They had some land. I don't know.
You don't know about it? Is the defendant your big brother or your little brother?
Big brother,
How much older is he than you?
4 years older than me.
Has he ever threatened to kill you?
We've had words, yes, man. But
I'm sorry, what?
we've had words, yes.
I didn't ask if you'd had words. Everybody has words with their siblings. Has he ever threatened to kill you?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Anytime we get into it. I
You
mean,
put a gun to your head after Karen Bobo came to the house to see y'all?
I don't remember. That's you looking over 11 years, man.
Did he threaten to kill you the day after Holly Bobo was raped and kidnapped and murdered?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. If you told law enforcement that, would that have been accurate?
No, man.
But you don't remember.
I don't remember.
Sorry. We're ready, Your Honor.
She's gonna play another audio jail call. Still be part of Exhibit 11.
Yes, sir.
For English, press 1. Para español, oprima. For a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now. Please hold. Please wait while your call is being connected. Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Obion County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse, your current balance is $13.94. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey,
Hey, babe, what you doing?
I just got out.
Well, maybe you won't be in lockdown too much longer.
I am, what you gonna know?
So cold.
Yeah, it's cold. I got about 3 inches of ice and 3 inches of snow up here. Hey, but I want to tell you this.
What?
I did see Holly in that house. I mean, I'm not lying about that. I mean,
You sitting her where?
at that house. So what now? You there?
Bill,
Hello? Yes.
sorry,
I said I've seen the Holly at Zachary's house. I'm not lying about that. I wasn't involved in it. I mean,
who was?
huh?
Who was?
Zachary and Train and, Shane. I mean, I'm not, they come ask me about that, and I'm not gonna lie to them about that. 'Cause I'm not gonna get in trouble. He's my brother. I love him, but, I mean, I just can't lie about that.
Say that.
What?
Say that. Who's making you say that?
Nobody's making me say it, mother. I'm telling you from my own heart.
What'd they do with her, Zachary?
I don't know, mother. I do not know. I wish I did.
And you waited to tell this, right?
So what now?
Waited to tell this, right?
What now?
You suddenly have a change of heart. The child, why did you wait so long?
So what now?
Why did you wait so long? She's been missing for 3 years.
I know, mother. And I didn't know what to do. I'm scared. You know?
You didn't know what to do. You know you could have always told me. You could have confided in me.
I know.
My God, Dylan, you know, you're going to be in this as deep as they are.
No, I'm not.
But
Please
you
don't.
would help, and you would help federal information.
Huh?
It don't matter. I mean, oh my God. Okay.
You know, I thought I'd let you know. I need to keep this. I mean, I want you to know. I mean,
Oh, dear God. See that? Oh, God.
okay, Mama.
Okay, Dylan, look, I gotta go. Okay, baby.
I love you.
Hey, baby, I love you.
I love you too, honey.
I love you, baby. I think.
Don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at Dylan. Dylan, you know, if he did it, you know, he's gonna pay for it. I mean, my God. God. Okay, baby.
It's just as hard on me as it is you, Mama.
Huh?
I said it's just as hard on me as it is you.
Baby, listen, don't worry about nothing. Did the right thing, okay? It just breaks my heart. I mean, oh, can't wait if that family has suffered so bad.
I know, Mother. Well, I mean, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, you did the right thing, son. You did the right.
I mean, I know he's my brother and all, I love him, but I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Nothing, okay?
I love you. I love you.
I'll talk to you later.
I love you.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Just 2 more, Your Honor.
I would just ask, are these still February of 2014, the timeframe on these recordings?
We've now moved into early March. This next one is March 6th of 2014.
For English, press 1. For a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now. Please hold.
I'm jumping one. This is the one.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Oh, that's what that weird noise.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Obion County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse, your current balance is $10.75. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey, Dale.
What you done?
Dropping in the rain. What you doing?
Nothing. You gonna put my money on there tomorrow?
Do what, baby? Yeah, I'll put money on there tomorrow. I sure will.
Try to have it before in the morning time if I can to.
No, now, only thing we'll probably get off here in the night. That'd be the only reason I couldn't do it, but, I'll try every way that's possible. Any way possible that I can, okay?
No, just decided on there in the morning, so I get my phone call recorded on the phone.
Who are you calling on the phone for?
Then I talked to Shannon once.
Oh, Shannon's still talking to you?
Yeah.
Everybody else in Taylor County, you know.
So what now?
I figured you like everybody else in Taylor County, have it as
I don't care.
Hey, Bill, I want to ask you something, okay?
All right.
Okay, did you see her out there, you know?
Yeah.
Was she alive?
Yeah, she was live.
Oh, okay.
No, that's that. I don't know what happened.
Huh?
That's that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I know you don't know what happened to you. I know that. I was just curious. I mean, I didn't know. I was just like, I didn't know. It really didn't bother me. I mean, did you see her? Was she okay?
No, I didn't get to. I didn't get to see them. They run me out the house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know, sweetie. Don't you worry about it. And you did the right thing, and you know, I'm proud of you, and I love you, and you know, it's gonna be me and you from here on out, baby.
No.
And you know, I wouldn't have it any other way, son. And I love you.
Love you too.
Mommy will have you some money in the morning.
No, really.
But don't you worry, you look sweet. I meant to do it today, but I was so busy at work. And,
Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't know.
yeah, I just have so much on my mind. I got all these new supporters calling me, and blah, and people texting me, and, you know. All right, my baby, I'm gonna get to work, guys. Okay.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too, baby. Listen, don't you worry about anything, okay, Bill?
Okay.
And, you know, just watch your back.
I will.
I love you, precious.
Love you too.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
For English, press 1. For a collect call, press 0. For a debit call, press 1. Please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now. hold. Please wait while your call is being connected. Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Obion County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up. Your current balance is $7.56. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Night.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. Just got done eating.
What'd you have?
I was skinny. I ain't the greatest in the world, but we go.
Okay, baby. You know what?
What?
You know what? I love you. I
Me
love
too.
you. You're my baby.
No, Lord.
I miss you so bad.
I miss you too.
You can't wait till we be together.
No, I think it is.
You gonna change your life around, baby?
Yeah.
No more drugs and no more stuff.
No.
You'll do me right this time?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. I love you.
No, me too.
And you know what?
What?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You did the right thing, sweetheart.
No, no. All right.
So you're not on lockdown or anything, are you?
No, no. I'm just back to my pod.
Okay. What's the weather like there? It's like 72 here.
I don't know.
You put on any weight?
Yeah, a little bit.
Good. Good. Paul told me to tell you that he loves you. Grandma told me to tell you she loves you.
No, right. Next time we talk, Paul, I should ask about my money.
No, honey, you know, we're going through a real hard time right now. You just don't even understand. I mean, this is big, though, and this is really big. That is exactly what talk. That's what you would talk. I just don't want to go down alone. I know we didn't do it by ourselves.
Because I heard they charged train today.
No. There's some evil eyes going around. But anyway, no, I can't fall by that. He thought your fault is so distraught right now. He don't know what to do.
Nothing he can do.
I know, but you can't make him believe that. But anyway, either here or there. So I'll be giving you your money. Don't you worry about no money, okay? I'm gonna take care of you from this day forward. It's gonna be me and you kids. You just hold your head up and go to church. Pray that Zachary will do the right thing, okay?
No, well.
I'm serious, pray.
I know.
But pray he'll do the right thing.
No, well.
Okay, darling.
I love you.
I love you more than anything in this world.
Just get up here and take me a shower.
All right, sweetie.
No, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Do you remember law enforcement coming to speak with you on April 23rd of 2011? You were out of custody, April 23rd, 2011. You remember agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation coming and talking to you?
Don't remember.
You don't remember? Do you remember telling them that you slept until about 9:30 or 10 on the day that Holly Bobo was killed and raped or murdered?
I don't remember that.
And that you and Zach Adams went to the Shell station and then you went to the grocery store in Parsons. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that part? Okay. And fast forward to December of 2011, 8 months later, do you remember talking to officers that day?
I talked with him so much, I don't remember when's what.
You told them that you were in Parsons getting gas and groceries when Holly Bobo was kidnapped. Remember that?
I remember something like that. I don't remember.
Told them sorry?
I honestly don't remember. It's been so long.
Right. You told them that between 8 and 9, you're at the Shell station. Does that sound right?
Estimated time, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it's been so long.
You told them that you then went to the Food Giant. Did you?
I don't remember.
Don't remember telling them that? Don't remember going? Which one?
Don't remember telling them that.
Okay. Do you remember going?
I don't remember going. It's been so long.
Sure.
You're looking over 11 years ago.
Right. And you also told them that you heard a rumor that your brother and Shane Austin were involved. You remember telling them that?
No, I don't remember telling them that.
Don't remember telling them that. Do you remember talking to Sheila Kilser about it?
Nope.
You remember telling her that you knew that you'd
Nope.
seen Holly?
Nope.
So if she told that to the TBI, she wouldn't be telling the truth?
I don't remember telling her that.
Didn't tell her or don't remember?
I did not tell her that.
Did you talk to Sheila Kilser
No,
about
I did
Holly
not.
Bobo?
No, I did not.
Never.
Never.
Okay. All right. Do you remember in February of 2014, you were in the Obion County Jail?
Right.
Mark Lewis and Brent Booth came to see you. Do you know those names? Does that mean anything to you?
No, I remember Brent Booth, but I don't know the other one.
Okay. They work for TBI?
I'm assuming they do.
All right. Do you remember telling them that you know your brother and Jason
I don't-
Autry are
I don't remember.
responsible?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that. All right. Did you tell them that on April 14th, Zach was scared? That he told you he loved you?
I don't remember that neither.
You don't remember that? That he was sorry that he threatened to kill you? Do you remember him telling you that on April 14th of 2011?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember telling TBI that?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember telling those officers with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation that you've heard your brother brag about this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. February 25th, 2014, do you remember telling officers of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation that Zach told me if I was ever questioned by police to say that we was with Shane that day?
No, ma'am.
Remember that?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember telling them that your brother has threatened to kill you 2 times?
No, ma'am.
You didn't tell them that?
No.
But you just said he's threatened to kill you.
Yes.
Okay. Threatened to kill you the day Holly was killed.
No.
And he put a gun to your head right after Karen Bobo had been to visit y'all. Remember that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember Miss Bobo talking to you?
It's been so long, I don't remember.
Don't remember that either. All right. Do you remember your brother bragging about raping Holly
No.
Bobo? Don't remember that either. Do you remember being asked if you had lied to the FBI?
No, ma'am.
And you told them I did. You said, yep, I sure did. Remember that?
No.
Do you remember on February 27th of 2014, just a few days later, they came back to talk to you. You're still in the Obion County Jail. Are you still being housed with Jason Kilser? Is he
I
still
don't know.
there? Do you know?
I've had so many cellmates over the years, I've lost track of it.
Okay. All right. And that you saw scratches on your brother. Remember telling them that?
No.
Remember seeing scratches on your brother?
I've seen scratches on him many times.
What about the day that Holly Bobo was
I don't
murdered, raped,
know.
and kidnapped?
Nope.
You don't remember that?
Nope.
I could approach the witness, Your Honor. Show you exhibits 57, 58, and 59 from the trial. You take a look at those. You recognize those?
Don't remember.
You don't remember that? Whose shoes are those?
It looked like something my brother would wear.
Which brother?
My big brother, the only brother I got.
Okay, all right, I can have this back then. Yes, they're part of the record, but you want us to reintroduce them? I think we'll just refer to them instead of clouding up the record with duplicates of things.
All right, and what part of the record are they in?
They're trial exhibit 57, 58, and 59. They were entered through Brian Young on September 12th of 2017.
Can the court see them?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry, Your Honor. Trying to be hurrying and not.
You can keep the question.
Thank you. Do you remember on March 3rd, 2014, just a few days later, officers with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation came to see you? Remember this? Let me guess, you don't remember, do you?
No, man.
And you told them you weren't going to recant, and that it's not right. You're sticking with what you've been telling them. Remember that? Do you remember every time you talked to the TBI?
No, I don't.
They had on the bottom of the piece of paper language that said, I know that sometimes in the future, I'm going to have to come testify against my brother, and I'm okay with that. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
I remember that. Then we fast forward to September of 2014, the interview that the court has seen. You remember that one?
I remember that.
So you remember
That's the day I got arrested.
Sir?
That's the day I got arrested.
Right.
So of course, that's going to make burn in my brain.
You remember that one? What were you charged with right after that statement?
I don't remember. It's been so long. I'm not gonna lie.
You were charged with raping Holly Bobo
No,
after that statement.
I was not. At that time, they had me under something else. I don't remember what it was, but it was not that.
Okay. Well, if the record says differently, would you agree with that? Okay. And then in 2015, you were indicted again, correct? For what?
For kidnapping and murder and all that.
Kidnapping, murder, rape of Holly Bobo, correct?
Yep.
That was 2015. You pled guilty to those charges in 2018, correct?
I don't remember what year it was, but
Remember how much
it's been
time?
so long.
Sir,
I don't remember when it was. It's been so long.
would you remember being in front of Judge McGinley?
I remember being in front of him, but I don't remember. I'm not good with months and days
Okay.
because they all run together for me.
Remember how much time you pled to?
Yeah, 35 years.
Okay. You remember your lawyer being there?
Yeah.
You remember the judge asking you questions?
Vaguely.
Did he ask you if you had any questions?
It seems like it, but it's been over 11 years. I mean,
Did you tell the court you were doing this freely and voluntarily?
I don't remember.
Would it surprise you to learn that you did say that?
Wasn't spot.
Do you remember pleading guilty in front of Judge Breen in federal court on your gun case?
I don't remember my judge's name.
Do you remember
Okay.
that judge asking you, do you have any questions, anything you want to share with the court, anything I need to know?
I don't remember that.
Do you remember saying no? I don't have anything else to say.
I don't remember.
You've listened to all those jail calls. Do you remember any of those?
No, ma'am.
You don't remember any of those?
Hey, you talking over 12 years ago. You gotta realize I've been locked up 12 years in 10 different county jails.
And you don't remember those conversations with your mother?
I've had 100 hundreds of millions of conversations on jail phone.
Hundreds of millions of conversations on jail
Right.
phones where you're telling.
I've been locked up
your-
12 years.
Right.
I mean,
We know you've been locked up a while, but
I
how
mean,
many
I-
conversations have you had with your mother when you talk about the rape, murder, and kidnapping of Holly Bobo
I don't
and your
know.
involvement in it and your brother's involvement in it?
I don't remember.
If I could have one moment, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna pass you. Now approach.
I'll pass it up to.
Yes, sir. Let me see what you're passing, which is IR 1944. This is a $13-page document. And I'm gonna flip it to the page that I want you to look at, entitled Consent to Search. Ask you if you recognize anything on that piece of paper. Is that your signature?
Doesn't look like my signature.
Somebody put your signature on there for you? Do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
remember consenting for your pickup truck to be searched?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that. Are you John Dylan Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
If I can have
But
that
I
back.
can tell you that's not all right.
Mark that for identification.
We will. And for identification, Exhibit 12. Is it just going to be that one page,
The whole packet, Your Honor.
13
I
pages?
believe it's 13, yes, sir. Yeah, we'll have it back, please. You don't remember giving the law enforcement consent to search your truck? You don't remember that? Okay. Do you remember in this statement telling them that Zach took your truck, brought your truck back empty?
I don't remember it. There've been so many different stories told. I don't know what's what now.
That you woke up on the day of Polly's murder and your truck was gone?
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember telling them that. There's information in here as well. Is your grandmother's name Becky Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's in here. Was your grandfather's name Dick Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
That's in here. Had she passed away back in 2011?
Seems like it. I don't remember.
Did your
Somewhere
dad
around,
ten- I'm sorry.
somewhere around then, I guess she did.
Was
I
your
don't,
dad,
I don't remember.
your dad Tim Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
That's in here as well. But you don't remember any of this.
No,
This
ma'am.
isn't you.
I don't remember none of that.
Your mother's got your mother's name Cindy Adams.
I don't remember.
Was she living in Georgia back then?
She may have.
You don't know where she was living.
No.
When you entered your guilty plea in this case to 35 years, who was your lawyer?
Matt Maddox.
Matt Maddox. Remember that? Remember him standing up and making this statement? The defendant through counsel has stipulated that a material basis exists for the court to accept the guilty plea. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Mr. Maddox said that is correct. The court said, all right. Mr. Maddox said, Your Honor, the condition on this, on behalf of my client, John Dylan Adams, he would like to make a statement that to his knowledge, that he has no information that Holly Bobo or Clint Bobo was involved in any way or circumstances of this, of what occurred in the event. Do you remember that being important to you for the family to know?
I don't
Let me
remember
guess, you don't remember, do you?
that.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor. Oh, yeah, and Your Honor, we can mark the transcript as the next number
Yeah,
is it.
Exhibit 13.
Yes, sir. And I have 13, yes, sir.
Objections to entering the transcript, Mr. Bates? Is that the transcript of the guilty plea?
Yes.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, we'll mark that Exhibit 13.
If I may see identification 12.
Let's pass that back to Mr. Bates. I don't need to see the transcript. I was going to take a look at, I don't need to see the transcript. She can keep that. And I'll take a look at that after Mr. Bates is done with it. Now, while Mr. Bates is looking, Ms. Wyrick,
Yes.
all I got out of these three photos was it looks like a pair of shoes my brother might wear. So,
We're gonna link those up later, Your Honor, with the witness, but yes.
okay, then let's make them a part of this proceeding. Well, right now they're for
Yes.
identification, Exhibit 14.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now, are these the copies we can use?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's three photos that were originally trial exhibits 57, 58, and 59. I do not. And
For
Reporter,
identification.
the 14 is for identification. 13 is without objection, the transcript of the guilty plea proceeding.
Mr. Adams, you were asked, you said something to your mother I want to ask you about. This was in the winter of 2014. You said, I've learned stuff about me I didn't even know. What did you mean by that?
They told me places that I've been that I didn't know I was bad. Basically.
On what was marked for identification number 12, there's handwriting that says on 2/14, I was asked about Holly Bobo by Jeff Jackson and Brent Booth for the TBI. And it continues on for 8 pages. I asked you to look at that and see if that's your handwriting.
He said it wasn't his handwriting.
He's already denied that being his handle.
Not on this part. This is on, they were asking a questionnaire answers.
I didn't ask him.
No, you're talking about this.
No, that's not his handwriting. Nobody's saying that's his handwriting.
Okay, I thought it was a questionnaire.
No.
Do you have any reason to know why a TBI officer was writing a statement for you saying I?
No.
Are these your initials?
No, sir.
Yeah, he didn't specifically look at those pages. Let's pass this back. Let him take a look at it.
Oh, I'm not missing.
Those do? No?
My handwriting is a lot more sloppier than that.
Okay. I can get to it. Court reporter.
You're done with it, Mr. Bates?
I am done with that document for identification. Do you remember TBI coming in to Obion County to talk to you? Was that after you had said that when you and Zach got into it, he would threaten to kill you?
I honestly don't remember, sir.
Okay. How many years has he threatened to kill you? When y'all would get into it?
I mean, ever since we've been little kids, when you get into it, he tell me that, but Other than that, I know that he wouldn't follow through. He just out of anger.
Okay. You were talking about how Dennis Benjamin made you feel those 4 or 5 weeks after. Do you remember how you felt when TBI was coming into your jail cell at Obion County?
I mean, really felt violated. I mean, to be honest with you, they had wires and everything else in my cell the whole time.
Did the things you tell TBI then, were they true?
No, it's not true.
You listen to recordings of talking to your mom. Were the things you were telling your mom true?
No.
You've seen the exhibits at trial which was the trial 57, 58, 59 of your brother with scratch marks. And I believe they're exhibit 14. How odd was it to see scratch marks on Zach during this time frame?
I mean, seen him all my life over periods of different months, you know. It wasn't odd to see scratches on him.
Who told you that making these statements was, quote, doing the right thing? Do you remember who put that in your?
I'm assuming TBI.
Your mom on the recordings, is that how she was treating you throughout this 2014 when you're in Obion County?
I don't remember.
All right. Let me ask you this. How was your mom treating you when you were in jail?
She's always treating me good.
She told you on the recordings that she loved you.
No.
Did you have the ability to stay with her after you pled out?
No.
Why not?
They didn't give me that option.
No. As it relates to your mom and yours relationship, would you have felt safe living with your mom?
Yes.
And who didn't give you that option?
The TBI.
Have in front of your own.
Let me make sure I understand this. Everything you told law enforcement since February 23rd of 2011, everything you've told law enforcement has been a lie.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And everything you said to your mother in those calls was a lie.
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you crying?
Because she made me feel bad. I mean,
By
you
telling
heard the way she was talking to me. I mean,
You just said your mother treats you great and she loves you and you wanted to go live with her.
You might see that.
Let me finish my question. Why were you crying if that was a lie?
I mean, if your mother talked to you that way, would you not cry?
She told you she loved you.
After she gave you an ass chewing.
What part of that was an ass chewing? She said you did the right thing. She said over and over, honey, we're going to be together. It's going to be you and me. You did the right thing, Dylan. If she said it once, she said it 100 times. You did the right thing, son. Why were you crying?
I'll have answered that.
Nothing further.
Mr. Bates.
No, redirect, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Adams, thank you for your testimony, sir. Step down. Gentry, thank you for your presence today. I believe Mr. Adams can be excused, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, guys. So that will end that one. Thank you all for being with us tonight. I know, excuse me, I know it was a long one. So this is the Holly Bobo case. This is a post-conviction relief hearing, which can last days. It is very similar to the pig farmer hearing that we watched. We're still waiting for the judge to give an answer or a ruling on the pig farmer hearing. The date was April 8th. When I went back and reread the language that it said that the judge wouldn't have a ruling before April 8th. So she still has not ruled on a new trial for the pig farmer. But that is what this hearing for Zach Adams is. It's a post-conviction relief. So the judge, it's kind of like a mini trial. The judge listens to all of the evidence and the testimony over so many days. I'm not sure how many days they set aside for this one. But they are very rarely ever granted these hearings. Usually they have to have some pretty compelling reasons why the defend or the convicted, because he's convicted, they have to have some pretty compelling reasons why they should be granted a new trial. That is all that will come from this hearing. It will not determine guilt or innocence. It will only determine whether he gets a new trial. So that's what and tomorrow, since it's a holiday, we're going to pick up and watch the other two clips that I've pulled from last week, and we'll just kind of get caught up. And somehow, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but somehow we will continue the Karen Reed trial. I think it starts back on the 27th, so that'll be Tuesday. But we're going to keep up with this too if I have to do this one in the evenings for our regular show. All right. We'll see you all tomorrow. Lord Jesus, I pray that you touch each and every single one of our hillbillies, Lord. So many of them are going through crisis in their lives right now, Lord, whether it's dog bites, whether it's surgeries, whether it's heart transplants, whether it's family members caring for their family members, elderly or wounded, either one, Lord, all encompassed. Lord, I pray that you just touch each and every one of us. Forgive me for my sins, Lord. I am far from perfect, Lord. I sin every single day. Although I try not to, but I do. I'm not perfect, Lord. I pray that you forgive me for my sins. I pray that you put a watch over my mouth. Help me to not say the things that I don't need to say, and help me to give me the words to be able to say what you want me to say. I'm just so thankful for all the blessings that you give us, Lord, the roofs over our heads, the shoes that we wear on our feet, the food that we eat every day. It all is a blessing from you, Lord. None of us are promised tomorrow. You know, I want to say a special prayer. One of our coaches was hit head on the other day by a drunk driver, and he escaped that accident okay. I know that he's having some some issues, you know, from that, whether it be a sore back or whatever he's going through, Lord. You know all about it. And I'm thankful, Lord. I'm so thankful because he means so much to this community. And we're so thankful for you sparing him. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do, all the blessings that you give us, Lord, all the favor that you give us, Lord. I pray that you let every one of us go leave this stream, Lord, with favor. Help us to all feel your presence in our lives. And until we meet again, Lord, we give you all praise, honor, and glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, you have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
You can't hide from hillbilly crime.
You can't hide from hillbilly crime.
You can't hide from hillbilly crime.
You may not know that there's a crew in town. The head hillbillies are making their rounds. Small town whispers loud and clear. The sheriff shot the judge in his chambers chair.
Sheriff got a secret he won't keep. Judge shot dead in his disbelief. A lot of people have some stories to tell. Dark pass away, get the sound of a shotgun shell.
All the secrets spill on down. Voices loud in this old town. From the courthouse to the ground. Rumors fly and they can't be bound.
Neighbors hide behind their blinds. Whisper tales of troubled minds. Skeletons covering the mountainside. A treacherous reality in the pines.
Winter reveals the hidden lies. Moonlight couldn't mask the cries. Shadows caught in sunlit skies. There's no cover,